Hello.
Hey everyone.
Hello. Is this thing on?
It looks
It
like
seems
it
like it.
is.
You should start with music. That's why I have this music queued up, huh?
It's not a bad idea.
This one song. Let me sing.
I know this one you've been playing a lot, yeah.
No, I just queued it up to this. It's from Jailbreak. And King as You. That's a really good album, actually. And there's this
You've
one
said
song on
that.
there towards the end.
Yeah.
Another great riff. It's almost like that Led Zeppelin riff.
In Kashmir?
Yeah, it's as good as that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot the name of the song, but it's
Okay.
really good. I'll find it later, but
Oh, I'm sure.
when I get bored. But I like that whole playful.
It's a little just
Yeah.
It's repetitive.
Yeah. Let me see where it is. And it's the cowboy song, which I love. Yeah. Roll me over and turn me around. Oh, this one here. There we go. No, I'll just let it run out. It's almost done. Anyway, what do you got? You got anything good?
Yeah, Til Schweiger. He's
Ugh.
actually a well-known German actor. Apparently, he's being called responsible for the Me Too movement hitting Germany at this point.
Oh.
No sexual harassment, no sexual assault, nothing like that. But he's one of the most popular German actors at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Has been for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the past 10 years, he's been known to show up on set drunk, belligerent, and be a bully and just be abusive to everybody around.
All right. My kind of guy, but listen to this riff.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Game Over?
Thanks for joining us, Game Over.
This one. Great riff.
Yeah, I think it's a great.
So we should start with a lead-in song like that or something.
We can.
The Children would never play again. And this part. See, that's a great fucking night.
It's a good riff.
It is.
Yeah.
Depending what mood I'm in.
I had never heard this song before.
I'm saying, depending what mood I'm in, you could, if I'm angry. Well, that's most of the time, but.
It's true. Angry or cranky?
Angry or cranky. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm actually in a good mood because you're home. But.
Aww. Well, I'm in a good mood because I'm home, too. And I know Major Buttons is in a good mood because I'm finally home.
Yeah. And the other song, before that I played. So that would be more if I was like in a,
if you're feeling a little bit happier.
A little more chinky.
Chinky?
Chinky.
You know what? The only way I've heard any version of that term before is usually a racist insult against an Asian person. I never heard of it with an E on the end.
No, I don't mean it to be.
Okay. So in that case, without that E on the end, I never heard that before.
Oh, I love Asian people. Asian people got it rough, man.
It's true.
I agree. They really don't complain about anything.
Nope.
They get fucking the shit beat out of them for no reason, apparently, sometimes.
Well, because people want somebody to blame for the pandemic.
But even before that, they would always get picked on for something, but they never did anything.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off. There was never a reason behind it.
Well, they work very hard.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
They're like worse than Latinos. If you took a Latino, if you wanted a workforce, you get a bunch of Latinos and a bunch of Asians, put them in a room, get them drunk, and their babies are going to be your fucking workforce.
Oh, no.
That's all they're going to do is work.
It's something. Yeah, it's a cultural thing. Asian culture works very, very hard. Yeah. They study very, very hard. And, of course, Latin culture also known to work very, very hard.
Right. But my point is, if I have one,
Yes, I say, I don't know. Do you?
It does look like Hitler. Well, we have to take this one and that's that one.
Yeah, a little bit. Please don't turn into Hitler.
No,
I have no interest. No
I
interest
don't want to
whatsoever.
be either. But all I'm saying
That's
is
good.
I'm pointing it out. Maybe I should stop myself.
There you go.
It's all just
Well, you're also not
hypothetically.
Yeah, and you're not calling for the destruction or the demise of a whole culture.
Anyone? No.
That's true.
I want everybody to live a long, happy life. Keyword happy.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
I think I do.
But it has to be productive too. You can't fucking sit around and smoke pot all day for as much as you want to, like to. Well, you got to be somewhat productive. You know.
Well, unless if sitting around smoking pot all day lets you create stuff, great. But that's also not just sitting around. That's also not just sitting around smoking pot all day. Or sitting around drinking all day.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right. Excuse me. Drinking coffee at fucking 8 o'clock at night. And I'll still be able to go right to sleep.
I know you will. It's funny. Yeah. Tim says this. All right, yeah, it's 7:30 tonight at this point. Yeah, it's something. Of course, yeah, it sounds like you're joking. He's not joking at all.
We take the Asian people. You put them in the room.
Oh, no.
What happened? With the Latinos.
I think your phone was trying to cut you off.
Give me babies, blue-eyed, slant-eyed, brown-skinned babies. The master race.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's out of control.
I think
and they almost bring me birthday presents.
That
was nuts watching that shit.
Well, watching
that whatever channel that was. It wasn't the History Channel. It was
a different else. But it was actually a biography.
It was a biography. It's called something else. I'll next time.
But it's a history show, like a documentary on.
Right. It's kind of about
World War II.
It's just about what really kind of happened
in Nazi Germany.
Well, no, just anywhere. Just different wars, different times, different eras, different parts of the world. You know.
It's something. But I love that. Of course, no surprise. Of course, Hitler, in addition to being just a truly terrible person with a bloodthirsty, murderous streak to him. Well, of course, he didn't physically kill anybody, but he
no, cowards never do.
Exactly. And he brainwashed a bunch of people into killing for him, which that happens over and over and over and over again. Of course, he was a spoiled child about wanting his party.
Yeah.
No surprise.
But it's funny. The first thing I thought of was like when I was watching it.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like a Michael Scott thing.
Which I don't get that connection.
I don't like if. All right, so they're in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and it's a blizzard out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Michael, we can't make it to your party. You better get here, or else, I could see that. What's he doing?
I don't know.
Oh, he's gonna jump there. Okay,
kitty.
As long as he can.
Silly kitty.
And
he wants our attention. That's what this is.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Look at him. Nobody's paying attention to me.
What did I say? Asian-Latino, and what else?
That's it. You said Asian and Latino.
Babies.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What about German?
Ich weiß nicht.
Hey. But anyway, I cut you off. I'm so sorry. That guy, he showed up drunk and.
Yeah, apparently.
See, I'm not drunk, and I'm the same way.
Well,
I'm causing a disturbance.
You are
when we're trying to do a podcast.
But you're also not abusive. You're not particularly okay. Fair enough. Maybe, of course, I've been involved long enough that after a while, you kind of put the blinders on.
Peaky blinders.
Oh, man. But yeah, Til Schweiger, apparently he developed the reputation.
How do you spell it?
That's T-I-L. And T-I-L, and last name is S-C-H.
That's bad.
W-E-I-G-E-R.
Wow.
It's, of course, a very German name. Well, I saw Till, and I thought, Till Lindemann from Rammstein. Nope, totally different Till. Till Lindemann does not have the reputation for being abusive. Til Schweiger apparently does. He's been known for at least the last 10 years to show up on set, apparently on a regular basis or a daily basis, drunk, and he becomes a bully and gets abusive. So the
because Hansi was the Fräulein.
No, actually, nothing about that. I was worried, like, oh boy, like who did he assault? Didn't see anything about that. But the culture minister of Germany, Claudia Raut, she's the culture minister, has demanded a quote unquote comprehensive investigation into the reports and threatened to cut off state subsidies to film productions which fail to follow rules of worker protection.
So they're not SAG?
No, I think SAG-AFTRA is specifically United States.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I think.
I thought it was.
I'm not positive though. Let me look and see.
To that.
Let me see. I'm going to look that up quick.
He looks familiar for sure.
Yeah, actually, what people will mostly know him from, at least here in the U.S., is from *Inglourious Basterds*. Yep,
right.
He played Lieutenant Stiglitz. And it's a great scene, which I actually brought up.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. I have it on my phone. This one, I think.
Yeah, let's
see if it's the one you're talking about.
I have no idea. Ich weiß nicht.
Okay.
But Entschuldigung für Deutschland ist nicht so gut.
There you go.
Wir wissen hier in the United States.
Of course, you have to load the ad first.
Natürlich.
Skip this ad in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Advertisement.
So apparently, I want to skip it.
I think so.
This is the scene, I guess?
Nope, that's not from *Inglourious Basterds*. That's one of his other movies that he did.
I'll say it seems like a happy movie.
He also has a production company called Barefoot Films in Germany, or in Berlin specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I'm sad to see this. I would imagine that considering he shows up drunk on a regular basis, clearly he has some issues, and I'm not judging anybody for it. I think everybody has addictions in some ways, but I'm sorry for the people who dealt with the abuse.
But maybe he's just getting into character.
Not by the sounds of it. Because in that case, he's been getting into character. Because if that's the case, then apparently he's been getting into character on a daily basis for more than 10 years.
Hey, it's a role of a lifetime.
It doesn't sound like it. No.
Well, how do you know?
Because apparently the country of Germany is saying, no, this is a problem.
You're the only one literally in the world.
There you go.
Literally.
You are literally the only one in the world saying that this is not a problem.
All right, so let me see if this is it. All right. Oh, my God, State Farm. Jake from State Farm. You're fucking played already. You're played out.
Okay. Now let me see. SAG-AFTRA is... Oh, come on. Open up.
Call our click to get a quote today.
All right.
Just a second.
Here we go. Here's the scene.
Yeah, it's the great one.
It's in the jail.
Yep. And go ahead and hold up the phone.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Stop yelling at me.
Such a great soundtrack to this movie.
Yeah.
I want to watch this movie again.
No, yeah, right. After this.
We have to watch *Inglourious Basterds*.
Here you go, Stiglitz. Lieutenant Aldo Rain. These are the bastards. You ever heard of us? You just want to say we're a big fan of your work? Comes to killing Nazis? I think you show great talent. And I pride myself in having an eye for that kind of talent. Your status as a Nazi killer is still amateur. We all come here to see if you want to go pro.
I think that's Brad Pitt's best work right there. Best work.
Everything he does is just
I don't know about
amazing,
everything, but that's probably his best work.
You can tell how much fun he's having. But then Christoph Waltz, too. Everything Christoph Waltz does, you can tell.
He's a fucking psycho.
But, he's amazing, though. Amazing at his roles. Like
I'm amazing.
Well, you are. You're the most amazing ever,
right.
Panda.
Yeah. Forget that.
Oh, I don't. I don't forget it.
I won't let you.
I know you won't. But it's something. I heard it put before, too, because, again, in acting school, there's one thing. It's, I know one of my acting coaches had actually compared Christoph Waltz, and she'd compared him to, like, Jack Nicholson. And she said Jack Nicholson... Over the decades that Jack Nicholson has been known as an actor, there's always, whenever he's in front of the camera, you can always see he has a twinkle in his eye. Mm-hmm. Like, oh boy, you are up to something. I know when you're playing a character, you've got, what secret do you have that you're using to actually make this character great? And it's the whole thing. It's always about, to make a character great, you need to have a secret. That's part of it. You need to have a secret because that kind of brings you to life for it. She'd said also, too, Christoph Waltz has that same twinkle in his eye.
Yeah. He's fucking maniac.
And I just said, you can just tell how much fun he's having. And she'd said, oh, yeah, you can. But he's got the twinkle in the eye. That's why he is so spectacular at what he does.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
Yeah. You never hear anything bad about him.
What, Christoph Waltz?
Yeah. Never hear a bad thing about him. And his interviews are entertaining, too.
Yeah.
Some self-deprecating humor here and then. It's, there's some, unfortunately, like Til Schweiger, who it turns out as popular as he is in Germany, unfortunately, he's rather abusive, which I'm sorry to hear.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But it's something. Apparently, it's been coming out for a while. It's just...
Look, it's all allegations. All allegations.
All right.
Just my imagination.
Is it just your imagination?
Run away.
Is it running away with you?
Run away with me.
No?
But, let me see. We're going to have to take it to...
Oh, no.
I have to take it to...
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge
Timmy Shoeball.
The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge
Timmy.
Do you want to be a judge now?
No. I don't want to judge other people.
That's fair.
I have too much... I'm judging myself too much.
Oh, no.
Plus, we have to still design our T-shirts.
We do. It's true.
We're giving them away, too.
It's true. Give some away, and we'll have some for sale, I would think.
Yeah.
I would think give some away to our regular
loyal
listeners. Yes, our regular
like
listeners.
Lizzie.
Yes.
Elgato.
Mr.
A. Rick.
Yeah. I could see that.
You know?
I could definitely see that.
They get the freebies.
That's fair.
Yep. But other than that, I want to always make sure that thing is going.
Yeah, just to make sure that our mic is still working. Yeah. That was annoying yesterday, how it suddenly stopped working.
But I'm glad.
Yeah, Mr. A. I'm glad Mr. A let us
came
know.
in and saved the day.
He did.
Let me see here. So what else you got?
Just a minute, go sneeze.
Bless you.
Never mind. I was going to sneeze and then it disappeared. It'll come back. You know how it goes with sneezes. Well, I saw this. I hadn't heard this before. I'm sorry to hear this. And actually in the Eastern Congo, there have been recent floods and mudslides. And at last I heard, about 400 people have been killed.
Wow.
Which is a shame. It was rainfall in Kalehe territory in South Kivu province. It caused rivers to overflow on Thursday, inundated villagers of Bushushu and Nyamukubi. But yeah, 400 people were killed in it so far that I see.
Damn.
Which I am really sorry to hear. Just something, enough rain that that's how it goes. It floods. Like I know where I grew up, about 10 minutes away, usually once a year or so, there's the river that would overflow, and just all around this river, everything, all the houses, they're basements, and a lot of times they're first floors, which is completely flooded. It's just, that's the way it works.
That's the way it goes.
But just, you didn't hear about, at least I never heard about people drowning.
Yeah.
The area where I grew up. This is apparently, with all the mudslides, a lot of people were drowning in it.
Oh, did you hear Chase Bank bought First Republic Bank?
You know what? I did hear that.
The government came in and said, somebody's got to fucking buy these guys.
Yeah.
So they don't go under. Of course, Jamie Dimon's like, of course we bought them. See, we helped out. We helped. He's a fuck. Yeah.
And tell me, how did you help?
Yeah.
How specifically did you help? What's the whole thing? It's just like 2008, before the Great Recession, that whole thing with the... what were they called? Banks still do it now, offering loans to people with the credit not to support them. That whole thing. It's
right. I'm gonna send you that.
Let me see. $1 billion Ponzi scheme that hooked Warren Buffett and the U.S. Treasury.
I'm gonna send you that.
Yeah, send it to me. Let me see.
Because it's too long of an article for me to read.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to read it. All right. There we go.
Anyway, you're saying?
And it's the Atlantic. Well, I'm saying it's the whole thing like 2008 where, what was it? What was the bank that
Housing
went under?
crisis? Oh, a
The
bunch of
housing
them.
crisis.
AIG was the insurer.
Yeah, but then it was, and SAG-AFTRA is just the United States.
Oh, wow.
Um,
But what's outside of the United States? What union for actors?
I'm not sure. I'm going to look that up quick.
I know there is one, though. Jesus. I know there is one. It's just that it escapes me right at the moment.
I'm going to look it up. Actor Union, Germany. Ich weiß nicht. Euro FIA. It's the International Federation of Actors.
Ah.
Or there's also the Arts Union, or Gewerkschaft Kunst. It's a trade union representing cultural unions. Let me see our cultural workers. Yeah, that's let me see. And there's also the Actors Union BFFS of Deutschland.
Oh, British. Remember BAFTA? Right.
But I'm not sure if BAFTA is this. I'm not sure if BFFS is BAFTA or if it's another one. I am not sure.
The Knicks and Heat play tonight.
Oh, okay. Who do you think is going to win?
Heat's got a good chance. The Knicks got to, they got to come up, but.
Oh, come on. My phone is being annoying. I think I have to restart it. I know. And that's okay. I'll deal with that later.
Okay. Oh, that's sad. 4 whales lost their way at sea. Off Jersey.
Okay.
But I also know that when whales beach themselves like that.
Yeah.
Or when they're out in the ocean, you know how sometimes there's sandbars way miles out in the ocean. All of a sudden you could hit a sandbar.
Which is something.
Which is incredible.
Like, how
but
did
they
that
use
happen?
that sand to exfoliate.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Because, if you ever see other creatures that have all these, that don't move too much.
Yeah.
And they're very slow-moving creatures. So a lot of things get stuck to them. So they have to exfoliate themselves.
Makes sense.
So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I learned something.
See that? You gotta stick over here.
That's right. Stick with you.
It sounds good anyway.
There you go. Not bad, Panda. Not bad.
Wow.
What?
Man. DeSantis bans Chinese agents, citizens of other countries of concern from buying real estate in Florida.
Oh, of course.
Sounds like them concentration camps that we had all over again.
Yeah.
Where's in the fucking...
And World War II, where all the
50s. Japanese...
Yep. Yeah. 30s and 40s, all the Japanese were taken and put in there. Yeah. Wow. George Takei was put there with his family. And actually wrote a show about it.
Prevent foreign entities and officers from China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, and Syria from buying farmland or any property within 10 miles of any military installation.
#xenophobe.
Seaport, airport, power plant, water treatment facility, or any location deemed critical infrastructure. Well, how
#racist.
about the state buy it? There's 10 miles?
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about it. If you know that's right there, you basically told people that's your soft spot. If you're a terrorist, now the governor of that state has given you a blueprint where your critical infrastructure is. Good job. Bad poker player.
No. Also, too, a racist who's trying to stoke the MAGA racist crowd.
Well,
or xenophobes. Xenophobes.
He's trying to, because right now he's neck and neck with Trump, so he has to. There's a real kind of. What?
From what I understand, he's not really. He's trying to get there. From what I understand, they're not really neck and neck.
Let's see what's going on with that thing.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, was that the robot mop again?
Yep.
We have a robot mop running actually in our apartment right now, which is very, very nice. You can look them up. It's iRobot, and we have an iRobot vacuum, which is called the Shark Vacuum, which we love. So if you look up iRobot Shark Vacuum, they're available. And if you look up iRobot, what's the name of the robot mop? Oh, okay. Tim just said to look up iRobot robot mop. BravaJet. That's BRAAVA.
Something like that.
Yeah, BRAAVA Jet. There you go. It's good. So we have robots that clean our floors, and we like that a lot.
Yeah.
And they're actually the prices are
they're not that bad, but
the prices are pretty good on them. Plus, they're better. Like Roomba's the best. Roomba is not the best. Is not the best vacuum. We looked it up, and iRobot Shark Vacuum is top of the line, so it's nice. And it costs $160.
Our place isn't that big either, though. So.
It's not, but it also only cost us $165.
For what?
For the iRobot Shark.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, what costs? There's no bags to clean.
Nope.
Or no bags to buy. But the only thing you have to buy is like the air filters and the
every now and then.
And the what's that?
The brush.
The brushes and stuff like that. So maybe it's another $50 a year.
So not bad
to replace those.
And you don't have to worry about going.
The pads for the robot mop.
There you go.
They're like $10, and they last, depending on again how dirty your floors are. But
it's true.
You know.
But it doesn't. They do good jobs cleaning, so that's nice.
Yeah. Yes, it is. A rock. Well, anyway, what were we saying?
I forget
about Trump and DeSantis.
Oh yeah, they're actually apparently not neck and neck. DeSantis is quite a bit behind, but also
I don't know what's more scary.
Yeah, but then even Trump is quite a lot. Even as much as like news is saying like, oh, Biden, nobody wants Biden, nobody wants Biden. Actually, I don't want Biden. But that's actually not true. If you look at the polls, the majority.
It's true with me.
Well, the majority of people do want him.
I don't.
Compared to anybody else that's available. So it's because it's a whole thing of like, well, you could say, oh, well, I want a third party.
Why not Bernie? Huh?
I agree, Bernie'd be great, but Bernie's not running, and Bernie is backed Biden because Bernie said, "I'm not running for president. I'm going to back Biden." So it's the whole thing. Like literally, well, you can say, "Well, I can go for an independent." You can say that, but at this point in time, you go for an independent. You're putting a vote in for Trump. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it says that Trump would crush Biden by 7 points in a new ABC Washington Post survey.
Which is something everything else I'm saying is saying that's not the case.
But this website here is like a Fox.
Oh, there we go.
Mediaite. And,
so you mean
any
propaganda?
Like, I don't know. I can read
between
the lines of like the whole, evergreen. And
you can tell what propaganda
New Frontier.
is. Yeah.
The Heritage Fund. Yeah.
Yeah.
you
have the ability to spot.
It's just I kind of being in, working with the brokerage house. I kind of fucking learned that shit pretty well. Even before that,
which is something there you were exposed to that much propaganda at the brokerage house.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just like because brokers don't really. They actually work really hard.
I believe it
for all the shit that they get that they make all this money and stuff and they do. But they work really hard, and they never shut down.
They don't sleep.
No, but they never shut down.
Yeah.
It's the whole...
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
No, not even that. It's just they're always on.
Yeah. Well, something's got to keep you awake.
No, it's not even that. It's just their minds are always going of like, okay, what's that London market doing? What's the overseas market doing tonight? And the more connections you have, and again, it depends what school you went to, because people come over here to go to whatever school, you make friends with them, they go back to their home country, and you keep in touch with them, and you kind of get the feel for their markets, and you talk to them, and you share information.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. Plus secretaries, they're the biggest fucking,
The biggest what?
Sources of information.
Huh.
Because, like, all of a sudden, if you're the president of a bank,
and
all of a sudden you're asking to get in touch with, say, some credit union.
Yeah.
You're constantly, all of a sudden, your boss is getting calls from this credit union back and forth.
Why is Moody calling? Why is Moody
Not
calling?
Moody.
No?
That's just the rating service.
Okay.
That's,
all right.
It's like a Gene Shalit. Yeah, you're good, or it's a good movie. It's a good
Okay, I
company.
didn't realize that. I thought
No.
Moody was a credit rating company.
It's a credit rating.
Oh,
What I'm saying is
okay.
a credit union
Okay.
that actually lends money.
Okay. All right. I get it.
And in a bank, why are those two guys talking?
There's a reason
So
for
just ask the secretary, or the secretary tells her husband, hey, or whoever, these, who called who first.
that. There you go.
And it's not too easy to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Once you just do a little bit of homework. And what I'm saying is, and from there, it's just so, it's that tree of, it's the whole, like Always Sunny. Carol.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Pepe Silva. Who is Pepe Silva?
I love it.
Yeah.
All of these people actually exist, and they've all been saying, "Where is our mail?" Oh, just funny. Oh man.
Oh man, that's right.
Oh, I don't know if you saw this or not. This is something. It's potentially big in Australia. They have a center-left Labor government at this point, and they said on Monday they were going to include a $14.6 billion, or no, 14.6 billion. I was gonna say it's Australian dollar, which is actually 9.84 US dollar billion. Over 4 years in the federal budget for cost of living relief for families and businesses. And it promised it would not stoke inflation. And apparently this cost of living benefit is going to go to everybody, regardless of age, regardless of race, regardless of gender, anything like that. So it's something. I hadn't heard anything about the economy being shaky at all in Australia, but apparently there's enough concern that the Australian government is saying, hey, we're going to help everybody.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I agree.
That's just like with here. I know Schumer. He's pulling out Social Security checks, on a thing and saying, "Hey, if we don't raise that debt ceiling, we might not get Social Security to the old people." That's the other thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Every fucking year, or every time the debt ceiling's not,
Yeah.
they pull that shit, and it pisses me off because, first of all, if Social Security checks stop,
Yeah.
it's over. It's
I agree.
literally over.
I agree.
And that's not going to happen. Exactly.
Major Buttons had something to say about it.
It's over. Old people got to get their shit that
I
they
agree.
put into. And second of all, you know how like Trump, what he just created a new agency, Space Force?
Yeah.
So however much money, say he needed, or the United States figured they needed $1 trillion
Yeah.
to go to the Marines and Air Force. Congress would say, no, we're not doing that. But if you say, you know what, we're creating an entirely new agency, Space Force, for $1 trillion, nobody says anything.
Yeah.
So it's created out of thin air.
Which is something.
But what I'm saying is, so that kind of doesn't count.
Yeah.
So as soon as you just get people riled up with the whole, we're not going to send out Social Security's checks, perhaps. So they want the congressman's phones to ring and fucking everybody get old people all fucking riled up.
I get that. The only thing is that when it comes down to like this, it's the debt ceiling is to cover bills for things that this is not about budget. This is something totally different. These are about things that we've already done that we owe the money for. So, like you said, could be space. Yeah, of course, Space Force, anything like that.
The principle. It's not even.
There's that, but it's also too like, well, you have the money that goes out to Social Security, that goes out to money for federal workers, anything like that. That goes out to agreements made with other countries, anything like that. These have already been agreed to. This is not like new budget.
Right.
The
there are farm subsidies too.
There you go. But either way, these are bills. What?
You should touch your hand when you talk with your hands.
I do talk with my hands.
They get way too close to my face sometimes.
I'm sorry, I got too close to your face with my hand. But either way, it's a whole thing with these are not new bills. This is not a budget. This is paying bills that we already did the work for it. Now we actually have to show up and pay for what we got. And unfortunately, there's the Republican Party has extremists who are saying that, oh, well, no, this is all about you're wasting the money. Like, no, this is not wasting money. These are things that we already did, and they're trying to claim that we have to cut back on Medicare, and that we need to shorten Social Security, or we need to make people older
before they can get it. Right?
It's a whole thing. It's really, and Medicaid needs to get cut.
Well,
it's really screwed up.
But no, I mean, I could see if raising Social Security, I could see raising that age. If, like with teachers, you're a teacher for 20 years,
Yeah.
you get a pension.
Yeah.
If you're a cop, or if you're a road worker or whatever, if you work for the state or you work for the feds, after 20 years, you get a pension.
Yeah.
So technically, 18 years old, you get a city, state, or local county job.
Yeah.
By the time you're 39,
Yeah.
you can retire with full benefits. You're 39.
Not bad.
Full pension.
Yeah.
Now, at 60, can you get Social Security? Probably. But what I'm saying is, if you got to have something to have people live off of. Like, if you're working at fucking Walmart
Yeah.
for 20, since you're 18 to 20,
Yeah.
there has to be a fund, and that's what Social Security kind of was.
Yeah. Because a lot of
yeah.
jobs, there's not a fund other than Social Security. And
Right.
from what I understand, like if you work for a job, like my dad was a teacher for years and years and years and years before he retired, and got a good pension from it. And because he got that good pension, his Social Security is like nothing.
And
because he's already got the money coming in from the pension. That's
Right.
just how it works.
well, plus too with I think it goes with Social Security.
Yeah.
That's on the federal level,
Yeah.
and what your dad gets, I think, would be more of on the state level.
I think you're right. That sounds right.
So, again, if Social Security, quote unquote, failed,
Yeah.
it would bring everything down,
Yeah, I agree.
because then it's kind of that whole, as they say. And now listen to me. So now, if you work at a bank, for example, when I worked at Credit Suisse,
Yeah.
right, the one
Yeah.
that's in all this trouble now, and they got bailed out, and they didn't get bailed out, and they got bailed
Yeah.
out, and didn't get bailed out.
Yeah.
And I fucking knew it was coming, because as soon as they started laying most of their back office people off,
Like, oh no.
that's the whole checks and balances people.
Yeah.
The whole, why are we giving all this money to this? This. Once those people get laid off,
The end is coming.
the end is near.
The end is
So-
absolutely near. Yeah.
And then
there you go.
you see the whole, well, this guy, oh, but that was over in England. He's the one that first got caught.
Yeah.
There's one in each country,
Yeah.
and they all know what they're doing. That's the first one they got caught
Yeah.
with his pants down.
There you go.
The rest of them, I've met 2 or 3 that were just honest dudes that were actually like presidents of certain like equity funds and stuff.
Okay.
You could
Really?
Married, kids, that was their life. They would not fuck around with nothing. They were straight. They were fucking, wouldn't mess with everything. But it's about 80% of them were out of their fucking minds.
Yeah.
But the other
Because
20%,
there's money to be made when you're that kind of out of your mind, I
Right.
suppose.
but the other 20% guys, just that made up for the other 20. I'm sorry, the other 80 that I
Which
met
is
that were like,
something.
wow, we're really fucked.
Yeah, I could see that.
But nonetheless, so if I was there 20 years,
Yeah.
25 years, they would give me a pension.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you look up Enron,
Oh, yes.
Enron. Enron.
That went down in the 90s, late 90s, right? Or early 2000s?
I don't remember, but you know,
I vaguely.
but you know what they actually.
I know how old I was. It was late 90s, early 2000s.
But do you know what they actually did?
I don't actually.
Do you know what they actually produced?
I don't.
Nothing.
Huh.
No, I'm
See.
not being funny. They actually did what they did, and companies still do it. It's a business, to where it's like shorting a stock. If they go and they buy, say, a certain amount of electricity or propane or natural gas in Texas and sell it to Pennsylvania and just make that 0.0008 of a cent
Yeah.
on it. But there's so much of it, they made
It
a
adds
fuck ton
up.
of money. That's all they did. So they never really made anything
All right, I see
or
it's
created anything.
It was an American Energy, Commodities, and Services Company.
Commodities, right?
Services
So they never
company based in
produced,
Houston, Texas.
right? They never produced anything. They never had fucking a stake in the ground trying to pump oil out.
Huh.
They were just fucking traders.
That is
And not
something.
like, no.
Not traders, but
Right.
they traded.
What's up, Bozy?
Thanks for joining us, Bozy.
But they were just traders. But those people from Enron
Yeah.
that had 15 years or more in, they still get pensions. They're still getting pensions.
Even though the company
Even
went
though
bankrupt.
the company went under, yep. Because apparently with pensions, the government makes that company put money aside that they can't touch
Yeah. Okay,
for
I get that.
people that have made it a certain amount of time.
There you go.
You know,
How about that?
yeah.
And it's something I understand that, and this would have been before my time, and before I was going to say anybody younger than me, especially at that point too. It used to be that pensions were the norm.
Yeah,
They were
everybody
the
got
norm.
one.
But then by the time I came around, I think even before I came around,
Oh, they were long gone.
it turned into 401ks,
gone.
and that's it.
Long gone.
Which is a shame, but it's also not a surprise. It's
No.
about
No,
it seems like theft.
not so.
Because you put all this time in, and if the company you work for goes under, you're done. That's it. Or for that matter, you can work like I was gonna say like a slave. I shouldn't say like a slave because that is way too strong of a term. But if you're working very, very, very hard for years, and once you retire from there, then you've got nothing.
But
Or let's say the 401k goes under, you've got nothing. But with
I was in management in a few companies,
yeah,
and the way they thought of it was like a friend of mine. His dad worked for AT&T
yeah,
for years. He was waiting to hit his 25th year,
yeah,
get his pension.
yeah.
And it was literally like 6 months before that,
And what happened?
they kicked him to the. No, I'm sorry. They restructured.
Oh.
And now
And what does that mean?
That means now we're Lucent Technology. So, welcome to your first day at Lucent.
Yeah.
After 24 and a half years, welcome to your first day.
So you're telling me this doesn't count anymore? Exactly.
Back to
that is screwed up, but it's not. It's terrible.
And we're moving your job. We don't do that no more.
See, theft.
So, well, here's the thing.
Okay.
In management, they think of it as this way. If those guys knew this day was coming, they basically rolled the dice. They didn't do anything to better themselves or to know what the new technology was, because AT&T would pay for those guys to go to college or go to engineering school, and they never took advantage of it. They just were riding the fucking wave.
Okay.
And biding their time and hoping that the fucking wheel didn't, hoping musical chairs they would get a chair.
Well, I would just, and okay, I get that.
That's the way management would think.
I'm thinking probably a lot of that has to do with too the kind of people who, like you're saying, that management had said they didn't better themselves. I would imagine this is probably speaking of considerably older people who it wasn't like I was gonna say 40, 50 years ago. It wasn't you could get a job and ride the tails of that job for 30 years.
But
and then get it.
You heard that was coming to an end.
There you go.
And you knew Lucent or some kind of thing was going to happen. You knew if you were a horseshoe, doing horseshoes, right? That putting the shoes on horses.
Yeah.
And you saw the fucking automobile coming along.
Yeah.
That's all you didn't. You didn't care. You didn't want to know anything about how to fix an automobile.
Yeah, I get that.
And all of a sudden, you're out of a job. Who's to blame? That's the way they thought.
Okay.
And that's the way they still think.
I mean, it's screwed up, but
if you're
I
a
get
secretary,
the logic.
or I'm sorry, they're not secretaries no more. They're called administrative assistants.
Yes.
If you don't know how to use fucking Word or Excel.
If you don't know how to use Word or Excel, how in the world are you an admin assistant?
What I'm saying, though.
Maybe 40 years ago, you could have done it without Microsoft Word, but
it wasn't even, nobody knew it. There wasn't even Microsoft Word 40 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just the whole thing with it. It's screwed up, but then I get the whole thing like, well, they knew this was coming. Well, by the sounds of it, I'm gonna guess they did not know it was coming. They're probably coming from a place of, well, no, it's like my dad had the same job for 30, 40 years, so I'm just gonna do the same thing.
But nonetheless, they still didn't take that.
Yeah.
The whole, I work in a coal mine, but there's better stuff out there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go try to fucking better myself somewhere else. This is the end.
Yeah.
This is going to shut down.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Titanic. There's no help coming.
Oof. Yeah.
There's no help coming.
It's on you.
I'm still on board.
Yeah.
And I still don't know how to swim.
And you know who the first responder is? You.
Well, that's
it.
That's
Yeah.
what management, how management started. And it didn't all happen at once.
Okay,
Because
I can see
management
that.
did. And you know how people get cut too?
How?
Not because they're smarter than other people. It's the ones. Does he have or she have a family?
Who?
No, I'm saying if they're
Oh, you're
cutting
saying-
people, right?
Yeah.
If you're single,
Okay.
if they have a family, we got to keep them because
Okay.
that's relieves some of that fucking guilt of
Huh.
having to cut 25% of your staff.
That's something. I mean, that's great that you're not cutting the people who have
Not
a
me.
family. No, I know not you. I'm saying the proverbial you. Like,
Right.
let's say as a manager, that's great. You're not cutting somebody who has a family,
Mhm.
but you know that single person also has bills to pay too.
But again,
It's
if
yeah.
you could have one person kicked to the curb, and it's just them. You kick the breadwinner to the curb.
Now you've got
You
the whole
fucked up
family.
a whole
Yeah.
few generations. It's a lot burden.
And it happens over and over and over and over
Yeah.
again. But yeah, pretty screwed up.
Well, so
Hmm.
I get it. I understand it to some degree. And people, at some age, they don't want to learn more.
I could see that. Yeah.
You know, and again, back in the day, I remember one of my mom's and dad's friend, Percy, had said there was this one secretary he knew that literally she had to come in for 8 hours a day. The guy was never there. Her whole job was to sit at the desk. And if that phone rang,
Yeah.
she had to answer it, take a message. And if her boss showed up, give him the message. And he would show up maybe every 6 months.
Wow.
And she had to have been there to personally give him the message.
Wow.
Not here's his number, give him the message. No. He'll come in. He knows when he needs to come in.
That's something.
So again, he's like, so do you really need her? When technology came, the whole
It's true. I'm happy for her that she had the job.
right. So and that's the whole thing. So you could say, kicked her to the curb because now, fuck that guy. He doesn't need somebody to take his messages. If it's an important call, that's part of his responsibility is to deal with the customer or deal with the client.
There you go. And was this before cell phones?
Yeah, but still,
Okay.
you could still make fucking,
Okay.
if it was an international call, go to, or even out of state calls, out of county calls.
Yeah.
If you called one county to the next,
Yeah.
it was still more money. So that's
So
why people
funny.
came into the office
Okay.
so they could make those calls
That's funny.
without having to go to their fucking home phone bill for their
Wow.
home.
Huh.
So remember, I dated a few women or
Yeah.
girls out of my area code,
Yeah.
and after 4:00, it was cheaper to call.
Okay, that makes sense.
And my dad
Well,
went over
did
that
you-
phone bill.
Did you spend much time on the phone for them though?
I don't remember. Long time ago. Mr. A knows. Mr. A knows that.
I'm sure. Were these the strippers or were these other
No, they
ones?
were more local. They were like the next town over. I should have,
Should have what?
I just happy I was getting some from that.
Oh
Well,
man.
Strutting around like a peacock.
Exactly.
nobody knew
That's
why.
You.
But nobody knew why, and I never fucking told anybody.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that.
That was the key because you know what? Then people would follow me around and try to get my fucking
Makes sense. And your secret would
get
be
my
out.
leftovers.
No, and
No.
you know what? Then strippers wouldn't want to sleep with you because now you're the creepy kid who they thought was an adult.
Right? They would fuck. My quote unquote friends. They would be
Oh.
biggest cock blockers. No, a stiff dick has no conscience.
I could see that. Yeah.
So
oh, that
where are you
is
going,
funny.
Tim? I'm going to church. Why?
Huh.
Oh, all right. We'll see you tomorrow. Yep. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. That is still the funniest thing.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yes, I was gonna say God was being called. That's for sure.
For sure.
Oh man.
All right. We got to call it an early night.
I think so. Might as well. Well, of course, we didn't have any of our regular friends come in, but that's all right. We'll get back.
We still got to design a T-shirt, so we got to go. That's what we're going to do the rest of the night.
We do.
And then still go to sleep earlier.
We are. But y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
All right. Later, guys.